Are you serious?
Hello and welcome to another episode of How to Kill an Hour. My name is Marcus Bronzy. Before I introduce my next guest, I just want to say some words about him. It's been a while since he's been on the show. Coming in at 6'2", 350 pounds of broadcasting steel. A mate who's been on many adventures with me in the broadcasting world. Been on a few pods with me, been on a few versions of How to Kill an Hour. We told stories about tech and life. Now we're going to tell some jokes. Without further ado, let's introduce
one extra presenter, BBC Sport presenter, football fanatic, stamina man, Nick Bright.
Welcome to the show, brother.
That was epic. That was Ed. Listen, I need to play that at the start of every single one of my radio shows.
Yeah, but listen, bro. You know what? That's not like an AI voice or anything. That's actually a real drop that I have for you. Oh, sorry. By the way, welcome Nick Bright to the show.
Hey. It's good to be back. It's good to be back.
Yeah, man. That's like we got some drops sent a few years ago with a computer game that came out, and I just typed Nick Bright into like my iTunes, and I found all of these drops.
What was it?
It was from a game called Strange Brigade. So that's like the actual voiceover guy that did it. Honestly,
what were we doing? Why did we?
I think I was meant to share them with everyone, but I forgot. I didn't even realise I had them.
Just hoarding the jingles.
Nick Bright, BBC Sport presenter.
There you go, bruv. Yeah, they're in there. There you go.
Marcus Bronzy, the jingle hoarder.
Yeah, apparently so. Yeah. I got what's my one?
Marcus Bronzy, Mr. Steal Your Power-Ups.
Yeah, sounds about right, actually, innit?
Yeah,
man.
Fair.
Well, welcome to the show, Mr. Bright, man. How you doing?
Yeah, not too bad, bro. Like, it's just been such a long time. I think the last time we did a show together, and I don't want to hark back to the lockdown era, but I think it was in COVID times.
Oh,
remote shows.
That was a wild time, bro.
You were in the kitchen.
I was in the kitchen. My hair there was a lot more hair. We grew out our hair in a way.
Hey.
Can I be honest with you, bro? I thought I'm never going to grow my hair long again, right? See, lockdown.
Yeah.
I gave it one more go.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. You went, how long? Yours went proper long.
I went all in.
Shoulder length.
Yeah, shoulder length.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It was a bit, I was looking like a surfer.
You was looking like a surfer or like a 90s footballer maybe? You had that kind of look?
90s footballer, homeless man.
Yeah. Oh, I was looking very... Bro, if I didn't comb my hair, I was looking like, what's it, bubbles out of the wire, mate. I was struggling. But you know what? We're back now, trimmed up, you get me? But yeah, so that was it. And I think we did a story about John McAfee.
Yes.
Do you remember? His
that was a
wild life.
I remember that now. Yeah, that was a crazy story. The virus man, basically, who has... I can't exactly remember what happened to him, but I remember it being a crazy story.
It was like crazy story on crazy story. He had a militia on his own island.
Yes.
That was it. Yeah. Crazy stuff.
Who knew?
But anyway,
why not?
But anyway, but here we are. Look, listen, Nick Bright's here. He's going to do the jokes with us. Time for our jokes
Of the week.
Fair warning, though. We have asked for some Halloween jokes, and I've had a look at them. Brighty and I are going to do them. We can't do them in this show because they're just too... It's too painful, bro. Too painful. So back to some regular jokes now.
Right.
Okay, back to our regular programming. I'll kick it off, shall I then, Nick?
You first. This is your show, mate.
Mi casa, su casa.
Oh.
My girlfriend borrowed $100 from me. After 3 years, when we separated, she returned exactly $100. I lost interest in that relationship.
It's a smart one. It's a smart one. You know what I mean? It's one for the finance bros.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm here for
actually,
it.
4.9 APR.
Right, next. My wife gave me an envelope with not to be opened until 2027 on it. Inside was a list of reasons why I cannot be trusted to follow simple instructions.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Got him.
I mean, to be fair, that's like when someone says to you, this big red button, don't press the big red button. You know, everyone's pressing the big red button.
Yeah.
You know?
Like when someone says, don't Google cream pie or blue waffle.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
Don't do it.
People are doing it right now.
Yeah. On you be it.
Sorry, guys.
After spending a night in a hotel with a worker of the night, a politician takes 3 $100 bills out of their wallet and places it on the dresser. Thanks, says the worker, but I'll only charge $20.
Yes.
$20 for the whole night, says the politician. There's no way you can make a living on that. Don't worry, says the worker. I do a little bit of blackmail on the side. Come on.
I mean, the mad thing about that one is but could be quite true.
You know what? If I'm going to do it, I'll do that, bro. Listen, I'll be like, listen, yeah, free. You get it for free, and then after it's like, but the blackmail bit of it, that's going to last for about 3-4 months.
Forever. Actually. It's indefinite.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Right, here we go. A rich man is dying and makes a request of his wife. Honey, I want you to go to the bank and withdraw everything from my checking and saving accounts. All $5 million. Then take the cash, put it in a sack, put it in the attic. The wife is puzzled and asks, why do you want me to do that? He says, honey, I've only got a few months left on this planet and I want the money in the attic so that when my time comes and I pass on, I can take all that money to heaven with me and be happy for all eternity. This guy sounds like he knows what he's doing. Yeah. The wife thinks this is odd, but she does as he asks. A few months later, the man dies. His wife mourns him, and after a few years as a widow, she gets curious. She climbs up to the attic, just for kicks, to see if the money is still there. She gets up there, and it is. She sighs and says, I should have put it in the basement.
I definitely can relate to that, bro. For me, it's going to be like, oh, Marcus, you're on the list. We've got a table for you. Yeah, bro.
Marcus is the owner.
Yeah. Like, oh, welcome back. Yeah, he's back, guys.
Again, bro.
Put the heating on for you.
What you been doing?
Right. A scientist took out the left half of a man's brain and asked him to count to 10. The man says 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. They put that half back in and then remove the right. They ask him to count to 10 again and he goes 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Finally, they just decide to go for it and whip the whole brain out. Again, they ask him to count to 10 one more time. The man goes, look, I'm really good at counting to 10. I love numbers and I have the best numbers. No one has better numbers than I do. My 4th grade teacher, and let me tell you, she was the smartest math teacher in the country. My 4th grade teacher told me that I'm the best counter that she's ever seen. The best. So if you want me to count to 10, let me tell you, I can count to 10, all right? That's no problem. I'll do it. I will, and I'll do it better than any other person that's done it before. And that is why you should elect me as your top number counter. You know, rich politician joke, isn't it?
Right, here we go.
Right.
After living in the remote wilderness all his life, Silly Soul decided it was time to visit the big city.
Oh yeah.
In one of the city's stores, he picked up a mirror and looked at it. Not knowing what it was, he said, "How about that? Here's a picture of my daddy." He bought the picture, but on the way home, remembered that his wife, Silly Sal, didn't much like his father. So we've got Silly Soul and Silly Sal.
Yeah,
right, okay.
yeah.
So he hung it in the barn. And every morning before leaving for the fields, he would go there and look at it. Her husband's many trips to the barn began to make Silly Sal suspicious. One day after her husband left, she searched the barn and found the mirror. As Silly Sal looked in the mirror, she fumed. So that's the ugly old cow he's been running around with.
All right, this one's my this one's my kind of joke. All right, here we go. Anal sex keeps my other half really fit. Every time I mention it, they run a mile.
I mean, there's more that could be expanded on that, you know what I mean? The
Expanded,
running,
yeah? Okay, right.
Well, the running would be more difficult afterwards. Put it that way. So I hear.
Allegedly.
Right. Oh. Is this the last one?
Yeah, it is.
Right, okay. Interviewer. What would you say your biggest weakness is? Interviewee. Most of the time, I give correct but practically unusable answers to questions. The interviewer says, "Can you give me an example?" The interviewee says, "Yes, I can."
Oh, for fuck's sake.
It's a useless answer.
Yeah, I can. There you go. There are our jokes
of the week.
Time for us with our extensive set of sound effects to move on to our next part of the show, which is our weird but true facts
Of the week.
I'd like to present this to you. Did you know, Nick Bright, that in order to prepare for his role in Space Jam in 1996, actor Michael Jordan played 9 seasons of professional basketball and won 3 NBA championships?
That's what you would have wanted.
There we go, yeah. And that was our fact
Of the week.
One day we will get better special effects.
You're rinsing
Not
this
week.
thing. I love it. You know what
It's
I mean?
like, do you know what it reminds me of? Like when we used to do One Extra and I used to press the bomb all the time and people used to complain, so I just used to press the bomb even more. Right. Okay, it's time for our news.
Of the week.
There we go.
So, Nick, right, I've got a squirrel story of 2 halves for you, bro.
Okay.
I've got a lovely story and I've got a mean story. Would you like to hear the lovely story first?
So I do get to hear both.
You can hear both.
Ooh.
Or would you like to hear the mean one first?
I know this should be just an easy question to answer,
Yeah.
but I'm really thinking about it.
Nah, you go for it, bro.
Do I want the lovely story first? Yeah, I want the lovely story first because I think the mean one's going to be funnier.
Okay. Well, you know, I don't know. Well, here's our lovely story of the week, right? A man who saved an injured squirrel says the pair are now inseparable, right? 4 years ago in a Sussex churchyard, a kebab shop owner called Mehet Onal, 58 years old, found a baby squirrel with a broken leg. Now the two are inseparable and they share Oreos, shopping trips, and what Mr. Onal calls unconditional love, loyalty, and respect. Oh, it's cute, isn't it?
I like
It's
that.
cute. It's
I like
cute,
that.
innit?
That
Yeah.
story's nuts.
Yeah.
Hey. No, but that's nice
Yeah.
though. That's nice. Do you know what? One of my weaknesses on social media is
Yeah.
like any kind of animal related, you know,
100%.
funny cat videos, and
Yeah,
like, I'm a
yeah.
proper Karen for that stuff.
I like those like weird animals that you wouldn't expect to be pets. So like stuff like
Yeah.
squirrels, or there's like, I don't know, like, you know, like flying squirrels,
Yeah.
and they'll like be like, here's time to eat, and they'll like glide across the room and like jump onto their
otters.
owner.
I've seen one who's got like a hippo.
Yeah.
This is in like South Africa. I think there's
Yeah.
a hippo that just lives in their drum. I'm like, what?
Do you know what they never show you in those though, right?
Yeah, I know where you're going.
The amount of
The amount of shoveling you're doing.
Oh, but, like, imagine that you're just watching your favourite film and then the hippo's next to you, you just hear,
Yeah.
you're like, oh.
Because you know as well, a hippo is not doing a small one.
Nah.
You know what I mean?
And I don't think they're like toilet. You can't give them a tray.
Yeah.
They fill it anyway.
They're like properly
Yeah.
dropping bombs.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Ah, mate.
No, I love stuff like that, man.
Right, let's get the mean squirrel story then.
Oh, I was gonna show you a little picture actually.
Oh, I've got- oh, there's a photo.
Yeah, let's whip a whip
Wow.
a little picture up for you, man.
Things
so you
really have changed here at How to Kill an Hour. Wow.
can,
Photos and
get it on
everything.
screen. There you go. I just want to show it to you.
This is Mehmet.
Yeah, so for those that are just listening by audio, you can describe what we're seeing here. Mehmet looks very happy, doesn't he?
He looks like a top geezer. So he is smiling at the camera. He's kind of taking a selfie. He's
Yeah.
wearing a baseball cap, like a flat cap,
Yeah.
and a flat peaked baseball cap. And on the peak of the baseball cap, the squirrel is kind of leaning over the crest of the peak
Yeah.
and staring at Mehmet. That is
With like a loving look in his eye, isn't it?
that's beautiful stuff.
He's technically wearing the squirrel as well.
It's lovely.
There's another picture of him and his squirrel looking out off camera.
The squirrel's called Alvin.
Oh,
Love that.
bless him. Oh, cute little squirrel there. But yeah.
What I will say though is it is a grey squirrel, which they're native to the USA, and they're killing off the British red squirrels.
And black squirrels as well.
Black squirrels?
We've got black squirrels.
What?
Yeah, North Hertfordshire, there's black squirrels. And yeah, they got man them, bruv.
I know about I know about the red
Yeah,
ones.
Yeah, red and black squirrels are getting killed off by the grey ones. So technically, to be fair, Alvin's the enemy, innit, really? We shouldn't really be rolling with him,
Him
bruv.
and the chipmunks are just out here,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, causing aggro.
There you go. But but a bit more about what Mehmet did to Alvin, right? Did to him, helped him get better, gave him hydrotherapy. So he strapped his leg up and must have put him in water.
How does you know, love and light to Mehmet, because he's doing a
Yeah.
great thing.
Yeah.
But how
Like
does
bringing a killer back to bringing up other.
how does a man who runs a kebab shop know how to do hydrotherapy, bruv? What is going on?
I don't know,
Why
man.
are you working in a kebab shop, Mehmet, bro?
Do you know, like you know, people that have like had a past life doing a totally different job. He's like, yeah, I was a hydrotherapist for small rodents in a past life, and I thought, you know what, let's just do kebabs. You know what I mean? Fuck it.
But it's crazy. I mean, listen.
Yeah.
Like, if Mehmet, I'd love to come round and meet Alvin the squirrel, but also, like, if you're dishing out free kebabs, I would love one of those as well,
Yeah.
because I'm a big fan.
A kebab and a squirrel. Let's not get those mixed up when we're eating them.
The story does say as well that Alvin recently celebrated his birthday with an acorn cake.
Oh, he's living the life.
This squirrel has a better life than me. Can I just point that out?
Yeah.
Mehmet, if you are listening, please adopt me. I
Yeah,
want
man.
hydrotherapy and cakes.
You just got to break your leg and hang around near his kebab shop.
In a
and who knows?
graveyard. Yeah, it's quite spooky, but you know, Halloween's coming
Quite
up.
Halloween, isn't it? Yeah, quite good. But apparently, when he tried to return him to the churchyard, he just kept coming back.
Look at
So he's
that.
like, all right, you can come home with me, and they become best of friends. And I think we've even got a little TikTok somewhere as well of them having a little bit of fun,
No way.
or not? Where is it? No, we ain't got it. Oh well. But yeah, they have had a little bit of fun, and they do little TikToks, so you can see them at Mehmet and Alvin on TikTok. They check each other out.
I'm going to be following straight after this.
There we go. A time for our next story of the week, which is there's an angry squirrel in California who put 2 people in hospital. So that's a yin to your yang, baby.
2 people in hospital.
Yeah.
What? How? I need the details.
Locals in California city on the edge after a series of animal attacks.
They're on the edge.
I love journalism, isn't it?
They're on the edge in a place where people just carry around guns regularly.
In a world. So yeah, the perpetrator, however, isn't a sea lion or a shark or a mountain lion that you might expect in that part of the world. Instead, the violent attacker is an aggressive squirrel. Residents of San Rafael, about 20 minutes north of San Fran, have started placing posters and issuing warnings online about
No way.
aggressive animals, which has sent 2 people to hospital with injuries.
Posters like you know, wanted posters with a squirrel on.
I'll get that picture up for you so you can have a look at it.
This is going to be jokes. Oh my
poster
gosh!
says- you can read it out, yeah.
Well, it's a red squirrel on this one. Interestingly enough.
Oh, yeah, okay.
That's weird because I didn't think they had red squirrels in America. Anyway, it says in all caps in red, underlined, "Attack squirrel, beware," with like about 10 exclamation marks afterwards. And then below that, there's a photo of a red squirrel like jumping with its hands extended like forwards. It looks like it's flying like Superman. You know what I mean? And then underneath, do you want me to read the underneath?
Go on.
It says, again, this whole thing is in caps, so imagine you're shouting the whole thing.
Yeah.
I'll spare your
Attack
ears.
squirrel, beware!
I'm not going to shout the whole thing at you, but just imagine it in an American accent being shouted at you. This is not a joke. More than 5 people have been attacked by a very mean squirrel over the past few days on Diablo Circle and Mount something else.
Lassen or something?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like kind of in the crease. Several have gone for severe lacerations. Several have gone to ER, for severe lacerations. This squirrel comes out of nowhere and will attack legs, arms, and faces and leave bite marks and scratches.
Wow. Listen,
Wow.
he sounds like he's undoing all of the good that Alvin
I
has.
know.
Like the human squirrel relations over here in the UK are really strong.
Yeah.
And over in America, it looks like it's really not happening, bro.
It's kind of symptomatic of what some people may argue how things are in America
Pretty
at the
much, yeah,
moment
yeah,
and in
yeah.
the UK. You know?
Yeah, just pure aggression.
Without getting too political, you know, like it's an interesting time over there.
Well, Bright, I'll tell you what, yeah, Joan Hellback told the media that she was walking down the street when the creature came out of nowhere and started attacking her leg. It sounds like she wrote this poster. She said, it clamped onto my leg, the tail was flying up here and there, and I was like, get off me. Also, Isabel Campoy was walking in Lucas Valley neighborhood in the same area as Joan when she was also attacked by the same squirrel. It launched itself off the ground and into her face, latched onto her arm after she brushed it away and left her bleeding. Wow.
Do you know what's so funny at the minute as well? With the web page you're looking at, we are looking at the attack squirrel, and then just to the right is the photo of Mehmet and Alvin. It's like, does this? Well, I won't mention the publication, but does this newspaper, which is quite a well-known newspaper publication in the UK, do they only post about squirrels? What's going on?
I don't know why there's so much squirrel activity.
I know
on the internet at the moment. Is it a tough week for news? So they're like, you know what? Let's go for fluffy animals. Let's see what's happening in the rodent universe. And it just so happens that squirrels are active at this time of year. I tell you what, the detail in this next bit I found quite funny. It made me chuckle, right? A local humane society said they haven't had any reports of squirrel attacks since mid-November. Now, mid-November was last week or the week before. So they're like, oh, we haven't had any murders for 2 weeks. So, yeah.
Oh, we'll have to start again now, guys. We're on such a good run. Put the counter back to 0.
But yeah, man, they said they've seen this kind of behaviour before. It's almost always because someone has been feeding the animal. So apparently that's because they want their food. He's coming for his snacks.
Okay, so what you're saying is we shouldn't feed wild animals. Is that what these people are saying?
In America, yeah.
Right.
But over here, apparently, you can get squirrel its own birthday cake.
Yeah,
and they're nice and docile.
Tell that to Alvin, mate. He's loving life.
There we go. Do you fancy another story before we bounce out of it?
Yeah, man. Let's have another one.
Right,
Come on, we got...
A mystery odour that plagued the school for weeks was a teacher using fart spray.
Hold on. Like, we've all been to school, and fart spray was very prolific when I was at school, and stink bombs and all of that.
Yeah.
But it was never the teachers.
Bro, a teaching assistant has appeared in court after using a spray so foul-smelling that some students needed medical treatment.
Medical?
Yeah, he must have hated those kids.
Oh, mate. Yeah.
Yeah. Alexander Lewis was teaching in West Florence High School in South Carolina when he used a spray that he bought online that mimics the smell of feces. I can show you a picture of this dude. Yeah, it's a bit unfair, but I feel like he looks like someone that would resort to this.
I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, yeah. He is looking crazed.
He's got neck beard. He's a neck beard owner. I can tell already.
Well, it's like his facial hair and hair on his head is all like merged into one. Yeah. His face looks like a potato. Yeah. With just like fur around the circumference of it. You know what I mean? And then he's got like a fish mouth. Yeah. Oh, he's got like a fish mouth. And also, I just want to say, I've never had someone looking so intently into a camera or at me before. He looks like he means business. If he came in as a supply teacher at my school, I don't think I'd mess around, you know? Yeah. He looks like he drinks fart spray. That's what he looks like. He looks like he drinks it for fun. He laughs in the face of fart spray by downing it. You know what I mean? As a shot. Everyone's like, get the sambucas in. He's like, no, I'm getting the fart sprays in. That's the fart spray, man. Apparently his actions cost the school $55,000 in dollars or $40,000 in UK. Wow. And after multiple inspections and repairs to the air conditioning system, I think he was spraying the actual fart spray into the AC. So can you imagine, like, it stinks a bit farty. Someone goes, put the AC on, and it just clear it. Kicks it out, yeah. He was caught on CCTV doing it. He's denied saying he was spraying lemon-scented hand sanitizer. That reminds me of, there's a video of someone who has fart spray and he tells someone it's hand sanitizer. Seen that? No. You seen that? He's like, oh, try this. And then like he puts it on his hands and he smells his hands. As a man, right? If another man ever tells me to smell something, I'm never smelling it. Of course not. That's the rule. Don't. Yeah. If a man goes, smell this. No thanks, mate. You know it's not going to be nice. Yeah. So a woman, I'll be like, you know what? Yeah, I will. Yeah. A guy, smell this, mate. Especially if you don't know him and you're in a public toilet. You know what I mean? Like, we've all been there, haven't we? So yeah, there you go, man. I'll tell you what. I'll give you one more, Nick. I'm enjoying these. It's been a slow news week, which means a great news week. Dystopian toilets won't give you loo roll until you watch an advert first. Oh wow! Is that where we're at? This is where we're at, and you know, obviously, where toilet game is at the peak of technological advances over in Asia, innit? Obviously, Japan, that's where you know Japan is where I think luxury toilets are, right? Yeah. But this is close, yeah, but not too close. But this is where commoditizing toilets has come to a whole new level, because we're not in Japan, we're in China. Okay. Right? These public toilets in China have taken a concept to new heights. In a move described as dystopian by the anti-consumption people on the internet, aka subreddit, Right.
Some public bathrooms in China are forcing users to watch an advert in order to gain access to toilet paper. So what you have to do, I found a video of it, but I described what you actually have to do is hold your phone up to a QR code, watch an advert, and then toilet paper comes out of the loo. If you don't do that, you have to pay for the toilet
But how
paper.
much toilet paper comes out?
You get like a cup. For me, not enough.
That's what I'm saying.
If I'm having a bad day, not enough.
If I've been to Taco Bell the day before, you know what I mean? That's what if I've had
You
spicy
need a ream
food.
of
That's what I'm
toilet
saying.
paper. You need a multi-pack. Oh, I found a video. Let's
How
see if we
many
can play it for you.
sheets? I need to know.
Here we go. Look, you can describe. So you can see here's a young person holding their camera up to it, getting the QR code. How much toilet paper would you say has been distributed?
Well, she's already got some in her hand.
Yeah, I think they've had to do it more than once. They've watched it twice.
That's
not enough. That's
That
3 or 4 sheets.
That is rubbish.
3 to 4 sheets.
You'll be in there all day watching adverts.
Yeah. Oh, you have to watch more adverts,
That's what
wouldn't
I'm
you?
saying.
Mate. But yeah, that's what you have to do now. So apparently this is the new system for toilets. It costs about 7 pence or 5 pence, I think, in British, for more paper. So every time you want more paper, you have to spend 5p. I would rather pay a standard rate of £1 going into a toilet and have as much toilet paper as I need.
Paper
please.
for
Thank you very
paper.
much. Yeah, paper. Yeah, more money, more paper.
Yeah.
You get me? It's designed to cut down waste because some people would abuse free paper. This is true though, isn't it? Sometimes you go in a loo and someone's like just throwing some on the floor.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Or they've used so much that it can't even flush.
Oh,
that's the worst.
Horrible. That's
you know
horrible.
What I mean?
Who is that person in a
dunno.
nightclub that comes in at the start of the night and just destroys the toilet? Like, why?
How anybody? Sorry if you're eating or if this is. I won't get too graphic, but how anybody?
fuck that, go for it, man. It's a
How
pod.
anybody can take a dump in a nightclub unless it's like emergency, you know? And we've all every now and then
Yeah.
been in an emergency
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
But unless it's an emergency, if you are choosing to go for a 2 in a nightclub,
Nah.
there is something wrong with you.
Listen, like I'm proud at our age that I still have the facilities, the faculties to be able to control myself. But I do remember when I was like 18 or maybe 17, whatever. I was in like Marbs, and I got caught short, bruv. Like, I must have had a sip of the water.
Drank the water, yeah, the ice.
I must have had ice had a sip of the water.
You start hearing that, you're like, uh-oh.
I had to use one of those metal toilets. You know the toilets that's metal. It's
Yeah.
like it looks like a prison toilet.
There's
It's
no
got
seat on
no
it.
seat on it.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Ah.
Had to engage the core.
Yeah.
and go for it.
Literally.
Yeah, man. But I've tidied up afterwards though. But sometimes I don't know what it is in nightclubs. Like I've gone into the bathroom and I've been like, bruv,
Yeah.
what are you doing, man?
What animal has been in here? You know what I mean? Like, are we at the zoo? What's going on? Unreal.
But what if they were charging for toilet paper though now, man? Would that make you rethink?
People
that makes me want to go less now.
People would just start rolling with their own. Why? Like if I was, this is a. I believe this is a girl who is using this machine to get toilet roll.
Yeah.
She must have a handbag. Just stick Andrex, a roll of
little
Andrex.
pack of toilet paper.
No, not even that, mate. Just bring a whole roll.
Bring a whole roll. Just
I'll be standing outside the toilet, shot in it.
yes.
You know what I
Listen,
mean?
that's the one, innit?
Entrepreneurial.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
If you were really on it, right? What you'd do if you'd control the whole chain is you'd have a dodgy kebab shop right next to it. Yeah.
Get Mehmet in.
Get Mehmet in, sponsored by Squirrel.
Yeah.
Get a squirrel kebab. Yeah. Yeah. And then you'd have the toilet roll hustler right next to it. Bruv, you've got the whole chain on lock.
The chain, that's toilet
Get me?
joke right there
Yeah.
as well. You know what I mean?
Get me,
You're
get
flush
me.
with them, mate.
Trust. Introduce wet wipes, bruv. You'll make a killing. But anyway, those are our news stories.
Of the week.
So yeah, it's time for our next bit, which is Kill a Bit. I think I've pressed that button enough times this week, man.
Kill a bit of the week.
Kill a Bit, go on.
Of the week.
There it is.
How have you been killing time recently, Brighty?
Do you know what the nice thing is? That I really have been killing time in this last week because I went to Barcelona, which was muy bien.
Muy bien.
Muy bien. It was very nice.
City break then, yeah?
Yes, I did 2 days in a place called Garraf, which is like just south of Barcelona, tiny little town, like one shop in the whole town.
Okay.
One of those type of places and just a beach. 2 days like laying there chilling.
So it was like Barca, but not city Barca. You
No.
went like, oh, that's wicked.
2
Because I
days.
always think of like the strip.
I still did that though.
Oh,
so
cool.
2 days in Garraf, then 2 days in Barcelona.
nice.
And when I went to Barcelona, it was there's a festival. It was All Saints Day on the Wednesday, but there's like a week-long kind of like festival of festivities.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was crazy. It was so packed, and like there was fireworks, and there was like what do they call those? You know, like when there's a parade and it's like
Floats
they have
and
the
stuff.
big giants.
Oh yeah, like the big like mannequins or whatever like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They had all of that going on.
Yes.
So yeah, but it was just like lots of patatas bravas, lots of clara con limon.
Couple cervezas.
Yeah, that's
right.
clara con lemon. It's just shandy.
Oh, sorry, is that what it is? Oh, sorry, I didn't
Yeah.
know. Sorry.
It's like
Clearly you're way more.
cerveza con lemon.
Yeah.
But they call it clara out there, which is weird because it means that the literal translation of clara is clear,
Okay.
but they call shandy clear, which is funny because it's not clear, it's cloudy. But
cloudy,
anyway,
yeah.
I don't know why,
Yeah,
but that's the way it is. So I was just banging those, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they are so Moorish.
Why is it drinks so much nicer over there? I don't know why. When you partake in a beverage over there,
Right.
I feel like it just
There is not a single drink, and you can try to change my mind. Maybe like if you are on the brink of dying of thirst, all right? So let's just rule that one
Yeah.
out. But other than that, there is no better drink than the first beverage of a holiday. You know, like once you've got there, because people will go, oh yeah, I like having a drink in the airport. No. Airport is a bit straight, it's long,
Yeah.
you're just in a queue. When you get to your destination and you go,
click, 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 click.
now you're talking, bro. That is just, I don't know what it can't be topped.
Nah, cannot be.
I love it.
Yeah. The saddest one is your last drink as well, isn't it? Because that's that's your last beverage. It's my last little Estrella.
Yeah.
Or what I'm gonna have
It
over
is
there
Estrella as well.
I'm
Well
like,
done.
I'll see you later.
Yeah.
Because I can have you in the UK, but you're not the same.
It's not the same.
You're not the same over there.
I drove, when you fly into Barcelona, you go right past the Estrella factory as well, with the big vat. So I was like,
Yeah,
I'd love to go
man.
swimming in that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Go for a dive.
But good vibes out there though, man.
Yeah, man, super cool. Like I said, it was kind of part chill, part kind of frantic,
Yeah.
but that's the best way, you know what I mean? The yin and the yang of
I
a
love
place.
that.
And yeah, it was just the weather was good as well, because I'm one of those people, yeah, and like I know on this pod, as well as telling funny jokes and going through news stories, a big thing is like tech, right?
Yeah.
I am one of those people that when I go on holiday, I obsess with the weather for about 2 months before I go.
Yeah.
I'm checking it daily
Yeah.
because I'm like, what's the trends? What's
Yeah.
going on?
Yeah.
Like, and Barca was looking amazing. It was like 29 degrees every day and blah, blah. And then the day that I got there, according to the app, because I got there on the Monday, yeah, the Monday was just saying 21 and rain, and then the same for the rest of the week. And I was like, are you taking the mickey, mate? It's been 29 degrees consistently for the last 4 weeks. But luckily, I don't, these weather apps, my point is, with the tech, these weather apps, they're not getting, like, someone needs to get on that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I don't know, Jeff Bezos is locked in. He loves the show. Sorry.
Yeah. Big up.
Yeah, get on that, Jeff, mate. You know, or whoever, Elon Musk, whoever,
Tim Cook.
Yeah, all you tech bros, make a weather app that is super accurate, because I need that.
Bro, recently, the accuracy
It's going down.
is like it's accurate at what's happening at the moment, but I can find that out by sticking my arm out the window
Exactly.
or my head. But like, I went up to, not as fancy as your holiday, went to the Lake District a couple of weeks ago, and it said it was going to rain all week. Got up there, it was smoking.
It was cracking
beautiful.
flags, as they say up north.
Cracking flags.
Cracking flags it
cracking
were.
flags. But yeah, man. So like, I've had some really weird experiences. Like, gone to Nigeria. It said it said I'm in a storm right now, and I'm looking out the window. I'm like, no, it's not a storm.
Bruv,
It's not raining.
there was one time I was in a place called Washington, not in America, Washington in the UK, which is basically smack bang in the middle of Newcastle and Sunderland.
Yeah.
And it said there was a tornado on the. It said there was a tornado. I was like, what's going on? So my point is, if anybody's listening to this right now, because you know, not only do you have listeners to this show who have disgusting senses of humour when they're sending in their jokes, but you also have listeners to this show who know tech, and if you know the best weather app, I need it, because AccuWeather's not cutting it no more. Apple Weather definitely ain't cutting it. So if you got a better one, send it my way,
bring
please.
it come. Yeah, all you need is someone posted in the area to stick there. Do you know what? There needs to be a peer-to-peer weather app where you can find someone in that country and say, what's the weather now? That could be an app.
Yeah, but then you're relying on people being truthful.
Do you imagine someone going through the effort of putting on like a Mac and like pouring water over themselves? Oh mate, it's horrible here at the moment.
Marcus, you forget where we live. As in, like, I feel like in most other places people would be truthful.
Yeah.
But I feel like people here would lie for the fun of it.
They would, you know, it'll be the middle of winter, they'll be like heat wave.
Yeah,
So,
mate.
mate, when you land, it is roasting.
It's taps
Wear
off.
shorts.
Yeah. Listen, but you might be onto something though. A peer-to-peer weather app.
But you're right. The problem is people.
Yeah. It's
People would spoil it.
The problem is always people.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
I don't even know. I don't know what the subject matter is, but I could tell you the problem is people.
Always.
You know, they ruin everything.
More people, more problems.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the famous Biggie's
Yeah.
fortune. Biggie's fortune, isn't it? Yeah. But yeah, man, that's a good way to kill time. I'll be honest with you, bro. I'll keep it super simple the way I've been killing time this week. Been watching Slow Horses on Apple TV. I don't know if you've watched it before.
I ain't checked it, so
Bro?
people have been talking about it though. So come on.
Bro, listen, if you're new to Slow Horses, great, and if you're not new to this show and you've been here a few times, I'm sorry you're going to hear me bang on about it again, but bro, it's happening again. Basically, it's like a spy show, but it's based in current times in London, and you know there's like a super slick MI5, MI6 kind of thing that you have, like, you know, you've got James Bond kind of agents, right?
Yeah.
But in the real world, there'll also be agents that aren't very good.
Right, yeah.
And then there'll also be agents that are like C team,
Right.
D team, maybe.
Oh, wow.
This follows a group of agents who are like,
Relegation.
bruv, they're basically, we can't sack them. How do we put them somewhere that's so crap that they want to leave? Yeah?
Right.
That's their department. And Gary Oldman plays Jackson Lamb, who's the head of that department, who is like, fuck, bruv, he's just, he just hates them, innit? Like, so he does it in the first season, he does a speech with them where he's like, you know, this is the part of the adventure, obviously, where I'm supposed to give an inspirational speech. And I just want to say that you guys are the worst ever people I've worked with. And everyone's waiting for it to be like joking. He's like, nah, that's it. Like bounces. But he plays an amazing, filthy, disgusting, farty, smelly boss who has a
No wonder you like
history
him.
with the a bit of me in it, but but like has a history with the MI6, and you just kind of see their adventures from there. So it's gritty, there's drama in it, but it's kind of like anti super slick and clean. So you do see agents in it that are in that world, and you kind of see how it clashes. I don't really want to say too much, but
No
like
spoilers. Yeah.
but you're in like the fourth season now, and it's just getting better and better. Like, and it's like there's like 20. I think there's 13 books. And so
wow.
I think they're going to do a book for each season. Gary Oldman said he's happy to just keep doing it.
It
So
can keep
it's
running
cool.
and running.
Yeah.
I often, because I used to go and do talks in schools as part of my work, and like the kids would always ask questions like, "Oh, if you didn't do the job that you do now, like what job would you love to do?" And I always say, like, I'd love to be a secret agent,
Oh, wicked.
but I'd probably be in the D team. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Even though, you know, we've done things in the past where we've gone to like zombie apocalypse events and all of that, and I'm proper on it with the kind of guns and all of that.
Can I quick digression? If there is ever a zombie apocalypse, I want you on my team, bruv, because you weren't messing around, bro.
Listen, they're zombies, bro. They're serious things.
You were locked in.
Like, you gotta be locked in.
Yeah.
You know, like you can't talk it out with a zombie.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
So, but I do think I'm also easily distracted, and if there was loads of other funny people around, I'd want to be hanging out with the funny people, and that would get me put in the D group.
Yeah.
You know,
you're supposed to be doing observations, and instead you're like messing around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
In the Army Cadets, that did happen to me. I was in Army Cadets, and it's like when we went on annual camp.
Yeah.
We used to have to like take turns to do like sentry duty. We'd have to stay up all night, like, you know, in shifts. And when it was my turn, I remember just me and was it Theo? There was a kid who went to my school. I think his name was Theo. We weren't really. He was in my year, but like the only time we ever saw each other was Army Cadets.
Yeah.
And me and him were just like messing around, and the enemy basically came when we were on sentry duty, and we didn't see them because we got absolutely bollocked for it, bro. Like properly, like.
Do you remember like trying to do it, like bust an excuse or whatever? Like, no, we were, but it was like, you know.
Listen, I would have done, but the problem is the enemy, who were the other the other army cadets, basically, their staff sergeant saw us messing around. So we basically got caught red-handed. Not only did we get the whole squad killed, if this was real, if this was a real war, we got everybody killed because we were, I can't even remember what we were doing. We were just being kids, being idiots, you know what I mean?
So worthy of a dishonourable discharge, but they kept you on board because they had to. I think you'd actually fit in with the slow horses, to be honest, mate.
Probably.
You were right, yeah.
That's perfect for me.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
Well, check out that. Listen, that's all I'm doing this week. That's all I'm telling you about, because you know what? Can't always be crazy every single week.
It's enough as well. You know what I mean?
I think it's time to get out of here. Mr. Bright, how do we find you on social media if we need to get our hands on you, bro?
The best way to find me is my name, Nick Bright, on Instagram, man.
That's it. Nice and simple. Do we get to see any of your recent trip to Barca on the gram?
I don't think I've got anything on there at the moment, but you know, I'm thinking about putting a carousel up at some point.
There we go. Yeah. My month in pictures with those at the end. We're at How to Kill an Hour on all socials. I'm at Marcus Bronzy, MarcusBronzy. If you want to send your jokes in, normal jokes, no more Halloween jokes, please. It's howtokillanhour.com/jokes. That's howtokillanhour.com/jokes. We'll see you next time. Thanks for joining us, Nick.
Bye.
Peace.